My parents forced me to drop out of Harvard because my sister, the golden child, didn't get accepted. I refused, so they kicked me out. Years later, when my mom was diagnosed with cancer, she came begging for free surgery. I just said, "Ask your golden child." The acceptance letter was still in my hand when Dad told me I wasn't going. I was standing in the kitchen. Spring afternoon, sunlight coming through the window over the sink, the Harvard seal embossed at the top of the page. My fingers were shaking. "You're not going," he said again. Mom stood behind him, arms crossed. Her face was hard. "Why?" My voice came out quiet, small, "Because your sister didn't get in." I looked at both of them, waiting for the punchline, waiting for them to smile and say they were kidding. They didn't. "Emma worked just as hard as you," Mom said. "It's not fair that you get to go and she doesn't. It would hurt her too much. So I have to. Drop out? Not go at all? You can go to state," Dad said. "Same as Emma. You'll both start together, as a family." I stared at the letter. 4 years of perfect grades, debate captain, volunteer work, essays I rewrote 20 times, all of it in my hands. "No," I said. Dad's jaw tightened. "Excuse me? I'm going to Harvard." The silence in the kitchen felt thick, heavy. Mom's voice dropped. "If you go, you're on your own. We won't pay a cent. I have scholarships. We won't help you with anything. You walk out that door, you're not our son anymore." I looked at her, then at Dad, then at Emma, standing in the doorway. She didn't say anything. She just looked at the floor. "Fine," I said. I packed that night. They didn't stop me. I went to Harvard on loans and scholarships. I worked 3 jobs. I slept 4 hours a night. I didn't come home for Thanksgiving. I didn't come home for Christmas. They didn't call. I graduated pre-med, top of my class. I got into Johns Hopkins for medical school, then a surgical residency, then a fellowship in oncology. 12 years later, I became one of the top cancer surgeons on the East Coast. I didn't tell them. I didn't send announcements. I didn't invite them to anything. Emma dropped out of state her sophomore year. She never finished. Last I heard, she was working retail and still living at home. I didn't care. Then, one Tuesday morning, my office phone rang. My secretary patched it through. "Your mother." I stared at the blinking light. I hadn't spoken to her in over a decade. I picked up. "Hello, sweetheart." Her voice cracked. "It's Mom." I didn't answer. I need to talk to you. "Can we meet?" "Why?" She hesitated. "I'm sick." 2 days later, she came to my office. Dad came with her. They looked older, smaller. Mom's hair was thinner. Her hands shook when she sat down. I stayed behind my desk. "Stage 3, she said quietly. "Pancreatic. They said I need surgery. Soon." I nodded, took notes, kept my face blank. "The surgeon they referred me to. His schedule is months out. But you," she looked up at me. Her eyes were wet. "You do this. You could do it. You could save me." I set my pen down. "You're one of the best," Dad added. His voice was hoarse. "We looked you up. Everyone says you're the best." I leaned back in my chair. The office was quiet, just the hum of the air conditioning. "You want me to operate on you?" I said. "Please." Mom's voice broke. "I know we haven't talked. I know things ended badly. But you're my son. You're a doctor. You save people. That's what you do." I looked at her. Really looked at her. The woman who told me I wasn't her son anymore if I walked out the door. "How's Emma?" I asked. Mom blinked. "What?" "Emma, your golden child. The one I gave up Harvard for. How is she?" Dad's face darkened. "That's not." "No," I said. My voice was calm, steady. "I want to know. Did she become a surgeon? Did she become anything?" Mom's hands twisted in her lap. She didn't answer. I stood up, walked to the door, opened it. "I think you should ask her to help you," I said. Mom's face went white. "You can't be serious. You told me I wasn't your son. You meant it. So go ask your real child for help, please." "I have other patients," I said. "People who didn't throw me away." Dad stood. His face was red. "You'd let your own mother die?" I met his eyes. "You let your own son go." I stepped aside, held the door open. They didn't move. "Get out," I said. Mom started crying. Dad grabbed her arm, pulled her up. They walked past me, slow, broken. I closed the door behind them and sat back down at my desk. My hands were steady.
Full story on the channel linked below.